Hey guys, this is Tim at allshotout.com. We're out here at the range today and taking a look at one of our recent guns that we received. It's a Beretta Nano, 9mm, striker fire. Beretta considers this gun to be a micro compact. So we're going to take a look at it today. We've already sent some rounds down range. Been impressed so far. The gun itself is rather small. It kind of does have a bulky appeal to it, but it's quite nice. It comes with 2 mags now. They just recently started including this extended mag, where this mag will give you 8 rounds in the mag plus 1, as well as they have a flush mount mag that will give you 6 rounds plus 1, so a total of 7. The sights are dovetailed front and rear, and they are adjustable with a 1.3mm Allen wrench. There's 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Simply the 2 in the back, you can unscrew them, you can adjust the slide left or right, or you can replace the slide. They make some nice night sights, which we have on the way for this. Real easy. You don't need to go to a gunsmith and have any type of sight press to do any adjustments or anything on the gun. It has a striker fire deactivation button. Press in the striker fire release button right there. You simply rotate this cam, this slide cam right here, a quarter turn, and then the slide will just simply remove. Whereas in most guns, or you have a tendency to have to pull the trigger to disengage the striker, this one you do not have to do that. So once we get a slide off, we look inside and we see familiar sight. We have your recoil spring, barrel, and all your standard components. Taking a look at the frame, you can get a close up here to zoom. So the internal chassis portion is this part right here. Okay, with simply removing 2 pins here on the side, this entire chassis piece will lift out of the frame, and it can be placed in another grip frame. You know, there's some talks about different color grip frames and whatnot. So it really makes the gun completely modular, and the serial number does stay with the frame itself. It's right there. Assembly is the same thing, just in reverse order. Real simple. Put the slide back on. Just like that. Gun's back together. And then you can take this mag release, rotate it on this side of the gun, so it is completely ambidextrous. You know, when we first saw the gun, I thought that Beretta didn't particularly do a good job capturing the beauty aspect of the gun, but it's kind of grown on me some. The trigger does have a trigger safety right there, so that will have to be depressed in order to fire the gun, just as you see on the Glocks, or a lot of the Smith & Wesson lines have it now, as well as the Springfields. 9mm 115 grain FMJs. We also shot something a little bit hotter. We went and we shot the Lawman 9mm 124. Follow-up shots were very manageable. The gun has very little recoil, very little muzzle flip. It was actually a pleasure to shoot. So the first time we shot the gun, we did it with the extended grip. As you can see, with the extended grip, you have a little bit there for your fingers, your third finger to get on the gun. And you know, I figured being a small gun, it would be kind of snappy in the hand, so I wanted as much as I could get on it. Well, I was impressed at that point the way the gun handled. Flush mount grip, where this grip simply just oh, we got one too many in there. This grip just simply mounts flush. Now with this grip on there, you don't have the ability to get your third finger. Now, in my personal opinion, I do not like guns that I can't get my third finger around. I did not notice a difference whatsoever between the way the gun handled with the extended mag or the standard flush mount. Again, Beretta's done a super job on the design of this gun, how it handles recoil, and its ability to be small and yet manageable. It is a little bit top heavy in that sense, and I think the bulkiness up top is kind of made up for that, but The gun itself is rather thin. The overall width of the top is 0.90 inches. The width at its furthest point is 0.90 inches. Barrel length is 3.07 inches. Sight radius is 4.92 inches. Overall length is 5.63 inches. So as you can tell, it is a small, compact gun. One thing that we are going to be putting on this grip, one of the negatives I would say, is if you look at the grip texture here, it is quite aggressive right there, aggressive right here on the back strap. However, down the side here of the gun, it's smooth. So several companies, Talon Grips, as well as TractionGrips.com, make grips for this gun. They're a rubberized textured grip. They simply stick on. We've talked about their grips in the past, and they're awesome. It's a great gun. We've done some shooting down range. We're going to look at some accuracy aspects of it. We're shooting here about 15 yards. We sent a couple down range, and initially we're looking at 4 to 5 inch grouping. Some of you may say 4 or 5 inch grouping. Yeah, well, in my opinion, for a gun this size, that's pretty darn good. So, or at least for me, you know, if a spec was shooting it, he'd probably throw about an inch group in there. But anyways, Beretta, great job, great gun. MSRP on this gun runs about $475. If you're going to pick one up, I would expect to be in the $425, $400 range. We've also seen them in the $300, $375. So just depends. But if you're looking for a small, compact 9mm, you certainly will not go wrong.